Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. Boom, right there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Look at you with the movements. Boom. Nice.
Practicing for my weatherman career.
You're really good. I can't do it. It's like backwards. You right? You gotta.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where Troy's dyslexia gets right.
Yeah, well, luckily he's not a real weatherman.
True. Yeah.
We like to tell him he is in the morning anyway.
Give him that credit.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a great show.
Oh, great show
ahead for you today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Gaston Trey King is in studio with us. He's got a new book coming out soon.
Interesting book.
I am very excited to talk about this book. This book sounds like the dreams I have every night. You know, I always have these post-apocalyptic type dreams.
You have very interesting dreams.
Very strange dreams. It's so funny. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I saw this meme and it brought me to a realization. It says, it was something about nobody cares about your dreams, because, and you know this because nobody ever says to anybody else, hey, did you hear about Pete's dream the other night? Nobody ever says that. So nobody actually really cares.
New segment, Pete's dream.
Yeah, that's right. No, nobody cares.
I'm looking for a sponsor.
Nobody's going to sponsor that. Nobody cares. The library will
Mattress
sponsor
store.
Mattress. There you go. Actually, that's smart.
Right, yeah.
That's smart.
Not
all right,
just a
new
habit.
segment coming that nobody is going to listen to.
Excited. Oh, they'll love it.
So I can't wait to talk about this book. This is a really cool book.
Yeah, it's our first sci-fi book interview. I'm excited.
Yeah,
we usually have like biography
this.
Or history, so
Yeah.
this is good.
Yeah, this will be fun. Great story. So we're going to talk to Gaston here in just a couple of minutes. And of course, we've got your events, your horoscopes.
Yes.
All that good stuff. Very mean horoscopes this week.
I know, you're really making sure they do a better job than last week.
I threatened the stars.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got in the stars' face.
Careful. They're magical.
Right. Well, yeah.
Talk about who's in charge of your dreams, those stars.
You know what? Maybe that's the problem. I'm too mean to the stars.
Right.
All right, man. We'll get into it in just a couple of minutes after I tell you about our great friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. 76 years in the business here in Northeast Florida and, of course, St. Augustine. True St. Augustine family business, 3 generations, and they are here for you and your family. You can experience an extensive selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, quick and quality servicing, and an amazing parts and accessories shop. You can also get a great 904 burger down there at Ford's Garage while you're there. And they've got other food, too.
Yeah, but why would you want anything else? Well, you said you like the chili.
Chili's good.
Yeah.
Chili's good. Great drinks.
Yeah,
They got a
yeah.
lot to offer out there. The dealership offers services from home delivery to company fleet servicing and so much in between. At Bozard Ford Lincoln, your family is their family, and they are driven to inspire.
Check out that Heritage Bronco they just got in. I'm telling you, bro, that is
yeah?
hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
It's got a vintage flair to it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I think I saw that at
Right?
Jimmy Jam.
Yeah.
I saw one like that at Jimmy Jam. I thought it was an old Bronco at first, and I'm like, wait, that's new.
That's called the
nice.
Heritage Collection. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I also like our friends at the Bailey Group.
Yeah.
You know, building the perfect plan to attract high-performing and loyal employees can be hard. Making sure that plan meets the legal, the regulatory, and the other requirements is even harder. You don't want to sort through all that stuff and keep up with all the laws every year, but the Bailey Group does. They're going to help you build a customized program just for you, not an off-the-shelf package, one that's designed for your size, your location, your number of employees, the demographics, the type of business. All that is very, very important. Finding the right solution depends on having the right perspective that can see the big picture as well as those small little intricate details that are so important. The Bailey Group makes it easy. Give them a call, sit down, find out just how easy it can be. It'll change your life. 904-461-1800. Speaking of life-changing, if you need to make sure your face looks great,
You have
for
to.
any occasion.
You need to make sure.
You really
yes.
do. We were
Yeah.
talking about before the show. Everybody's got a podcast,
Right.
So everybody's on camera all the time now.
This is your calling
whether you
card.
have a podcast or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, your face is your calling card.
True.
So go down to Elace and
Fix
make
your
sure,
face.
That's right. Fix your face, or just keep it maintained.
True. That's nice. Yeah. Okay. We'll go there.
If you need to enhance your natural beauty, you can do so with things like dermal fillers or laser treatments or Botox or body contouring,
Ooh.
hair services, whether you want more or less.
Why you gotta look at me at body contouring? So rude.
Sorry.
Just roll me down a hill. That's
I
fine.
apologize. I'll do better next time. Elace is the place that'll save your face.
God bless our friendship. There it is.
Elace Med Spa. You have high standards, and so do they. It's beauty on your terms. All right, man. People love when we have authors on.
I know. We always have
really
good
do.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah. I love talking to people about how they came up with, a lot of people think books, not everybody reads books. Everybody reeds books.
Everybody reads
Lots
books.
of people still read books. We've got Gaston Trey King in studio with us. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, Pete. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man. So tell me about the book.
Yeah.
What's the book? And give me kind of like a brief synopsis. Give me an overview of what we're looking at.
Sure. Yeah. So it's called, The Connection.
The Connection.
Forging Steel. That's
Okay.
that's the first real book. It's a planned trilogy of mine.
Oh,
Now I
nice.
get it. Okay.
So yeah, it's a futuristic society basically where society is really starting to fall apart.
Oh, this is in the
And,
future?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not today?
The year 3045.
Okay, 30,
Really
45.
apart. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And basically, there's a bunch of scientists who get together and they're working on these different things, these different virus-killing vaccines, and by counteracting with different viruses. And one of these viruses is accidentally released, and it starts to tear the country apart, almost borderline plague.
Okay.
And it is destroying ecosystems, food webs. I mean, society is so scared, and scientists are begging the government to step in and do something about it. So they design what's called the ARC program. So they enlist a variety of different able-bodied scientists to go out and start rescuing these animals, and then start applying a sort of vaccine that they've created in order to protect them. But a way to actually, a side effect of that vaccine is to it expands their lifespans. And
It's longer. Yeah.
so much so now society, everything is falling apart. There's no actual environment to release these animals to. So scientists believe that the best way to get them back out into the world is alongside an animal trainer. So they design what's called the wildlife training program, and then they basically able-bodied 18-year-olds and up are paired with an animal, and then they are released back into society and to a certain part of the country, depending on the animal that they get.
Okay.
Do they get paid for this gig or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Hey, there you go.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm
But
looking out.
the WT does pay for a lot.
Okay,
So that
okay.
does help.
That does
Okay.
help. Definitely, yeah.
There you go. So what kind of inspired you to write a book? Have you ever written a book before? This your first book?
This is my first novel, yes, sir.
Okay.
So I'm a volunteer animal caretaker at the Wildlife St. Augustine Wild Reserve.
Oh, great.
And I work hands-on with a lot of animals that we talk about in the book. So that's where I was able to kind of gather that knowledge from originally. And one of them, obviously, being a coatimundi. A lot of people are like, what the heck is a coatimundi?
Yep, I had never heard of it until 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, right.
I thought you sneezed. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's like the cousin of a raccoon. And there's 4 different species of coatimundi all throughout the world.
Okay.
But the one we're talking about is a South American coatimundi. And in the story, her name is Coco, but it is based off of a coati that I work with at the reserve named Maya.
Okay.
So she was kind of the inspiration to this story. Because it revolves around a young boy who's kind of a coming of age story, who kind of goes through a variety of different downfalls of just microaggressions, different social situations that he's not really used to, and with his dad and his grandfather so well known throughout the entire country and really heavy hitters when it comes to the game of animal training. He now needs to not only follow in their footsteps but also pave his own path. So there are a lot of different things he struggles with emotionally throughout the story. And it's kind of highlighting the fact that like when people work alongside or are able to, work, basically interact with animals, it can help them emotionally
100%,
and really just kind of start to feel better and get a bigger picture of, man, this is crazy. Like this is what life is supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
Wow. And you drew some inspiration from real life.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, sir. There's a lot of facts in there.
Yeah, man. I mean, from the animals to some folks in your family that are pretty well known. I mean, how do you kind of take inspiration from your life and then translate it into kind of a different scenario into a book?
Yeah.
I think it's crazy how some people are able to, because people write memoirs all the time.
Yeah.
And being a science fiction author and putting it kind of a wild spin on it, it's kind of you're combining your real life experiences with that imagination. You're kind of putting it all together and kind of just seeing what you make from it. It's different with every person, honestly, because I like to take from what or from what I know, and to put it on paper.
Well, it makes it a little more realistic. That's
Correct.
what I mean.
Correct.
It's something you can write about and relate to yourself. It makes it a little more real.
And that's the goal. You want to make it as relatable as possible.
Okay.
That way, a lot of people can not only see themselves in the story, but also get something different out of it entirely.
You see writing as like a form of therapy too?
Absolutely.
Really? Yeah. Being able to say what, your voice is, but you're not trying to like alienate anybody, but you're just kind of painting a picture, I see, like something with your words. That's cool.
Try to.
Yeah.
So why is it called Forging Steel?
So that's such a funny question. It is a play on words. So the character's name is Justin Steele.
Okay.
That's his
There you go.
full first and last name.
Yeah.
And he is forging a connection with this Coatimundi.
Oh, okay.
And so he is, when you forge something, you are not only making something strong, something tough. I'm a big fan of Forged in Fire. So you see a lot of men and women going on there and just making something completely, almost what they deem indestructible.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you want to take that same sharpness and that same depth and apply it to the connection that they have together. So that's really a goal that Justin has to make that relationship as powerful as possible with his partner. That way they stand out among everyone else.
How do you come up with character names for a book? Because character names seem so important. Like, I read some books and it's like, boy, that's a great name for a character, right?
Mufasa, great name.
That is a great name.
Yeah,
That's a solid name. Yeah.
I like to do what's called word clouds.
Okay.
So I will write just a jumble of names, just all different shapes and sizes, and some will start to stick out. The more you look at it after the fact, you're like, oh, I kind of like this name, or oh, this seems a little different. I don't really hear this name very much, or oh, this name kind of sounds a little sinister. Maybe I can use that. But it's really just allowing my imagination to run wild and then kind of pick and choose accordingly. And what sounds better, you don't want too many characters having the same starting initial, because then readers will start to confuse. Wait, are we talking about like David or Dave? So
right.
Sure.
Or God bless.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to owe me some money if you're gonna start using that name. Sorry, I own that one. Yeah.
There you go.
You know what? I noticed something, and this was kind of confirmed through something that I read. I don't remember where I read it, but a lot of heroes in books will have the initials JC. Jesus Christ. Oh. A lot of the main heroes will have the JC initials. Yeah.
Well, what's Justin's last name in the book? Oh,
Steele.
JS.
JS.
All right.
Not too far.
Not too far.
Not too far.
That's not the original intent.
If he gets married, you can have the hyphenation, though. There you go. There's your answer.
There you go.
So when did you begin writing this epic book?
Oh, man.
Is it something you've always dreamed of to write this?
So, yes. So
Okay.
I did start, I always wanted to write something.
Okay.
Probably since 6th grade.
Okay.
So the dream has always been there. It's always been, but I've always been more on the theatrical side.
Okay.
But I started actually putting this into play during COVID.
Okay.
So 2020 originally started brainstorming the idea, reached out to my college English professor. Dean Roof is his name.
Okay, cool.
So I emailed Dean out of the blue. Dean, I know it's been a long time, but if I'm looking for a developmental editor to help me kind of gauge my thoughts on this, just to bounce stuff off the wall with. Would you be interested? And I can compensate you for your time. He's like, you don't need to pay me, but let's do this.
I'm calling Dean Roof.
That's awesome.
Give me that number.
Right. That's cool.
He's great at what he does. He loves his students, and that's one thing I always took with me, even after I've completed his course.
Cool. That's awesome.
That's really cool. So, who is this book kind of targeted at? Who's going to really enjoy reading this book?
Yes, so it's a young adult sci-fi action adventure piece, right?
Okay.
So it's really geared towards anyone from 12 to 18 plus.
Okay.
Right. So that's, like I said, it's definitely a coming of age story.
Yeah.
But I also think a lot of animal trainers out there will definitely get a kick out of it.
Okay.
Because there are some real life scenarios, or there are some realistic questions that animal trainers can. That's something I would do if I was in that kind of situation.
Okay.
That they can also relate to.
So why that age group? Why that demographic?
Personally, I kind of had an aggressive side when I was going through my preteens, and I really struggled how to deal with it.
Okay.
And I really wanted to put something together to highlight these behaviors, to highlight this outlet. That way, kids, preteens, teenagers can all read it, kind of not only get a great escape from it, but also relates. It's like, I would have gotten angry if I was in a situation like that, or I probably would have lashed out and said something similar.
Yeah.
But then learning from these, interactions that Justin has with other big people within society, it's really interesting.
Do you have a connection to that age group? I mean, like they speak a different language, no cap. Like I'm just saying. So is that in the book? Like, are you like?
I did teach. I did teach a little theater to middle schoolers back in the day.
Good.
Okay.
So I do have, my heart goes out to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't know about you guys, but when I was in middle school,
Worst time of my life.
I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
Hated
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Because you don't know what's right or wrong. You don't know what's cool. You want to appear in the public eye the best way possible, but you're really unsure. So it is something that hopefully kids can take something from.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's really cool. So when is this becoming a movie? I mean, this already sounds like I want to see this on the big screen now.
Well,
I mean, have you thought about that at all? Because so many movies start as books, right?
Yes, sir. So that, best case scenario.
Okay.
And it is in the back of my mind. It does have It does have room for growth. Let's get through the trilogy of the series.
Okay.
I hopefully have a couple people I could potentially, send them a copy.
Yeah.
Just to gauge their thoughts. I don't know if you guys know Bernie the Dolphin 2.
Bernie the
Nobody knows
Dolphin.
that.
I was like, who's Bernie the Dolphin?
I don't know Bernie the Dolphin 1.
I know Flipper. I mean, help me out here. Yeah.
It's a children's film that was filmed at
Oh, okay.
Marineland.
Okay,
It's
there
kind
you
of
go.
my 25 seconds of fame.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Sorry for making it 24, but go ahead.
So I was able to actually be a part of that film. That's my theater degree coming into play.
Your
There you
IMDb
go.
moment.
See?
Yeah.
Correct. That is exactly what that is. And I had some producers from Lionsgate actually come out to Marineland.
Cool.
Where I'm, the marketing specialist at. And they said, we're really looking for someone to play this kind of like a trainer role, like an unsuccessful trainer who's sitting outside the habitat, can't get the dolphin to eat. Would you be interested? And
Were you kind of offended by that?
Not at
They were
all.
like, we need somebody who's bad at their job.
Absolutely. So I gave them my resume, my headshot. They looked over my reel, and they're like, "Okay, we think we could get a spot for this guy."
Cool.
So,
Nice.
What an awesome moment.
I was very blessed.
That's cool.
So I'm like, I'm probably gonna send Mr. Marty Poole a copy of the
Absolutely.
The book.
Yeah. Send it to Marty. He'll be good. Yeah. That's
I'm
great.
hoping
man.
so. So Marty, you got a copy coming.
That is so cool.
Awesome. Now, when can we expect to be able to pick up this book? Because it's not out yet, right?
No, correct.
Okay.
The only thing that's available currently is just the ebooks for pre-sale.
Okay.
But once we hit June 4th of this year, June 4th, 2024, that's when not only the paperback, hardcover, and the ebook will all be available online on Amazon KDP. Very
Okay.
accessible. If you go on and just, you type in the connection, Forging Steel on Amazon, that should come right up.
Awesome.
That's great. That's
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Is there anything significant about that date?
Not really.
Okay.
I tried to plan accordingly.
Yeah. Give yourself a little time.
Usually when I was researching the entirety of the process, again, this is my first time around. So if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right.
Right.
Yeah, talk about the research of the process.
man.
What book did you read for that?
So a lot of Google searches.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
did pick up at least 2 different marketing sources
Okay.
on how to try to market your book. A lot of YouTube videos as well.
Sure. We learn
geez,
everything from
yeah.
YouTube these days.
It is a lot, though. It's a very extensive process. Not only do you write the book, but you also want to research the process onto, well, when should I start getting a cover design? When should I start? Then you start making your timetables. When should I start submitting everything to Amazon? When can I go back? How long do I have to actually make final edits and then put it on Amazon? How long does Amazon take to actually launch the book?
Wow, that's great, though. This is great information for people that may be interested in.
Oh my goodness,
writing.
yes. And to any and all indie authors out there, anyone and their mother can do this. It just takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of willingness to wait and to learn how to properly do it. But you really guarantee your own success. It depends how much you want it and how much you put into it.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get the results.
St. John's County Public Library is doing an indie author contest right now, and honestly, you should look into that yourself as well. Maybe some fundage and some exposure. So, but yeah, they're doing something really cool for indie authors.
I did come across that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I'm awaiting some last minute fine tuning edits
Okay.
from my editor, but I will be submitting it to that.
A couple semicolons, no big deal.
But I do appreciate that, though. Thank you, David.
Yeah, man.
It is pretty cool that you can take that process really into your own hands these days. You don't have to wait for the Penguins and the Simon and Schusters to, come to you or read the letter that you send them that you want them to publish your book. I mean, the process, if you want to do it and you're willing to put in the work, it's something that you can do today,
Absolutely.
which is really cool that it's that accessible.
Well, it's so funny you say that because, when I first started off, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to find a literary agent. I have to work on my letter. I need to start sending this to people. But when in reality, why? So when you're going to be learning about the entirety of this process, and you're going to be learning about it either way, and you're going to be investing your time, energy, and potentially still trying to market, even if you do have a publisher, why not learn it for yourself? Get more of the royalties.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
And invest your time accordingly.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
but that was the route that I did consider, though.
Yeah.
So it's so funny you said that.
No, that's great. I love it, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
So when can we expect part 2 of the trilogy?
Yeah, good call.
We're getting way ahead. The first one's not even out.
The movie's not
I'm
ready.
already pressuring them to do
Soundtrack's
another
not
one.
ready.
No, I appreciate that, Pete. So the second one is already in the works.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, great.
Yep. Yeah, we're a couple chapters in so far.
Nice.
So that should be finished up within the year, but we will drop and release the cover for the second one probably later 2024.
How does cover design work?
So,
That's what I was wondering that
well,
too.
there's so many different ways you can go about it.
Okay.
You can know a graphic designer. You can work with them closely. Someone who is, definitely involved in the field and it's not their first rodeo, hopefully.
Yeah.
Or you can do what I did. You can go on a site called 99 Designs. Excuse me. And basically what you do is you're going to invest in this graphic design. You're going to put a pot of money on this website and you're going to fill it out. You're going to have your requirements and you're going to be asking, hey, this is the potential title. This is what I'm thinking. You can send a couple photo visuals just to gauge their thoughts and
You're not worried
perspective.
somebody's going to steal your idea or anything?
Well, that's always an idea, but I believe there's a copyright
Okay, good.
law, infringement
Okay.
law involved with 99 Designs where
Okay.
a lot of these creators won't and can't take from. I
Right,
mean, everything, you always have a written receipt about everything.
Yeah.
So they're very professional. A lot of people that I've researched have gone through 99 Designs. And I found a gentleman named, you're going to laugh at this. His 99 Designs name is Evocative X.
Okay. Like it.
And well, no, that's the thing. When you put the money in the pot and you basically put up the query up, all of these graphic designers all over the world have the ability to click on that query and say, oh my gosh, this seems like a great opportunity. I'll happily design something and send you a proof. And if you're interested, save it, and you will basically go through multitude of rounds.
Yeah.
So it first starts off, I think I had 66 different covers.
That's great.
Wow.
Because you're engaging with all of these graphic designers who want that pot.
Yeah.
So with you're choosing your top 20, then your top 10, then your top 5, and then it's time for the selection process. Usually you want to have like a pool of peers you can send those 5 to and say, hey guys, like I'm really trying to find
your most opinionated crowd. Yeah.
Please tell me which one sticks out. And it's so funny. All 7 of them said this one.
There it is.
And I'm like, okay, that's it.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So it has
That's a great, very cinematic.
So cool.
It has a variety
movie poster looking
So
cover.
it is the proof copy of the paperback.
Yeah.
So it is. It says not for resale, but
Right.
this is something that Amazon will send you basically when you're trying to make those last minute edits.
You didn't even need Fabio. This looks great. Yeah.
So I tried to get as many animals featured on the cover that kind of Justin has to face throughout the story.
Gotcha.
So we have a maned wolf, which I don't know if you know about maned wolves. It's one of the taller canines in the entire animal kingdom. And maned wolves usually like to eat coatimundis. There's also a crocodile.
Of course.
Of course.
And there's also a grizzly bear. That's one of the top tier.
That's a menacing animal.
In the story.
Yeah.
That Justin and Coco will have to face off at the very end.
Very cool.
Okay. So what did you learn from the process of writing your first book, coming into it totally green, to starting the second book?
question.
Like, you must be a little more comfortable going into this one than you
Yeah.
were going into the first one.
That's a great question. I'm so much more wary of the trials and tribulations that I'm going to be facing moving forward. It takes a lot of patience. I know that. So yes, you can write the book, you can write the chapter, send it to an editor, go back and forth 100 times and still find things you want to update, change. You have to trust the process. You have to trust your instinct. Remember why you're doing this. And some people don't look at it right away. Some people are not going to look at this and be like, oh my gosh, I have to have that, because this is something a lot of authors face. They can try everything in their power to get the verbiage out, the word out about their book, and nobody will buy it, or nobody will see it, or nobody will read it.
Well, after this interview, they're going to see it. Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really just about being patient and finding your audience. So if you don't give up and you stay passionate about your project, people are going to see that. People are going to want to know, okay, what's all the fuss about?
Yeah.
And then they're going to be interested and
Okay.
say, okay, let's see what, Gaston invested all of his time and energy on.
So I think I know what your favorite animal is in the book.
Yeah, definitely.
But let me ask you what your favorite animal to write in the book was.
Oh, that's-
What did you really enjoy writing the character of that animal?
That's difficult. All right. Well, as you know, Pete, we talked about this before we started filming. It is a coatimundi.
Yeah.
So Maya, if you go to basically even like the dedication page, the first couple pages in, it does say for Maya.
Right.
So it is dedicated to her.
Yeah.
That way, even after a time where she is no longer here, she is still here.
That's cool.
So that is the goal. But to write about,
How long do they live?
so they're like dogs usually. So anywhere from like 14 to 16 years under professional care.
How old Maya?
Maya will be 5 this July.
Plenty of time.
We got
Yeah.
loads of time.
There you go.
Remember, I met her when
okay.
she was just 2 months old.
Thank
Yeah.
God. Okay.
Well, you almost made me sad there,
I know, I
Davey.
was
Dang it,
nervous.
man.
Right, I know. It's
Gonna do a GoFundMe.
No, we're good. We're good. But no, I mean, a ton of these different animals are so fun to write about because you want to include the action, the fighting, the scenes, the combat, the movements. I mean, it probably has to be the grizzly bear.
Yeah.
It is the most climactic face-off in the entirety of the book.
Okay.
And it does happen near the tail end. I don't want to give any spoilers, but he's a mean partner for one of the mean members of the AFA. Now, the AFA is a group that basically wants to take down everything the WT stands for. They believe they want to return back to a time where animals do their own thing and people do their own thing. So they call themselves the AFA for acting for animals. When in reality, they take a lot of oh goodness, terroristic mindsets.
Okay,
Like they
okay.
just their actions are not great.
Yeah, definitely aggressive.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Right.
yes, that's probably the best way to put it.
Wow.
So give us all the info on obviously Amazon, but where's this going to be widely available for everybody?
Yep. So we're gonna start on Amazon.
Okay.
And then we're gonna put it on Barnes and Noble.
Great.
So it'll be available on the website as well.
Okay.
I will be contacting the local St. Augustine Barnes and Noble, so hopefully putting it up there.
They better.
Well, depending on, usually they look at sales numbers, and then once the sales numbers are good, I'll be trying to do a book signing there as well.
Okay. Look, I got a couple of friends over there. We'll just say, hey, Molly, just put this on the shelf.
Yeah.
Just go put it on the shelf. Put a tag on it. just go put it on the shelf.
Thank you, Pete.
That's it. Throw
I don't
that
know if
around.
it'll count for any actual. I don't know if it'll scan. But
just put it over there.
we
real
can
quick.
get it on a shelf.
Take a picture, put it on Instagram, it happened.
That's it.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Thank you.
Very cool. Well, very excited.
Yeah.
This has got to be an exciting moment for you. Congratulations.
Thank you guys for having me. It's a big opportunity. We're just continue to, but no, I mean, everyone should have the opportunity to do something like this. Anyone can do it, and I believe everyone should do it. If you have goals, if you have passionate projects that you think like you can't set aside time for, you should. Like you can.
You only got one chance at this life, man. If you want to do something, do it.
That's it.
Find a way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Very good. Gaston Trey King.
So cool.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Very fun talk, and really looking forward to checking out this book.
Excellent. Pete, Davey, thank you guys so much.
That's a
Absolutely.
pleasure. Thank you, sir.
That sounds like a fun read, Davey.
That's a great read.
That's-
That's really interesting. Yeah.
And it really does sound like it could be a great movie.
I know, right?
That's a movie I,
the
would
cover
go to
alone, that was a cool story too.
I know.
When that came about. Yeah.
I know. Very cool, man.
Yeah, I like seeing people passionate about what they want to do in life.
Yes,
That's
and
awesome.
following through on
Yeah,
that passion.
you can just feel that when he was talking about it.
It's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. Well, hey, you don't have to. I don't know what you don't have to do. I don't know how to tie that in with the Old Town Trolleys.
You don't have to fret. They'll
You don't
show
have to
Yeah,
fret.
There it is.
Take two. Old Town Trolleys.
There they are.
St. Johns County residents are always going to tour free when accompanied with a full fare adult paid guest. I was trying to think of how we could tie that in with animals. I couldn't figure it out.
Can't bring the animals on the trolley.
Yeah,
no.
can't bring the animals on the trolley.
You can probably see animals, maybe.
You can.
Yeah.
You can see birds. Ooh, this is going rough. To take advantage of this incredible offer, sign up for your Hometown Pass today at hometownpass.com, and you're going to ride free when you bring a full fare adult paid guest. That's just a good deal. Free is always a good deal. Old Town Trolley, they're the green trains. We love them, and you will too.
Hey, we take air conditioning and heating very, very seriously in Florida.
Damn right.
I mean, we are not fans of being left in a hot and humid situation.
No, we're not.
That's why we love Steve Chapman's All-American Air. For 45 years, they've been serving St. Augustine and St. Johns County. They take care of all models of AC units. They have preventative maintenance service agreements. And if you're building something new, they have new construction installations as well. They have equipment replacement with high efficiency systems, from the most efficient Lennox home systems to the iComfort Ultra Smart thermostat. Steve Chapman's All-American Air has all the latest and greatest. Check them out, 904-461-0070.
And then, of course, our friends have Bin 39. Like if you want to grab a glass of wine and sit down with a nice book.
Yeah, that's a great spot. Good call.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that out there at Bin 39. They are the best wine bar in town, I would have to say.
Definitely.
The most knowledgeable, for sure. They've got over 89 wines down there for you to choose from.
Sorry, everybody.
Davey, you got to get down there before Davey does. I mean, he's just wiping them out of wines.
Whoops.
But they have a vast selection, no matter when you go. They have a vast selection of different wines for you to choose from and experience. And it really is an experience down there. Irving and his staff help make it an experience. And it's an experience that could probably change your life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Finding your new bottle of wine is just, it's a great thing.
It is a great thing. It's like a treasure over there.
It is. And you will find a lot of treasure out there at Bin 39. Relax on their patio. Enjoy some live music. You're just going to love hanging out there. Bin 39, right there on the Orange Street side of St. George Street. It's time for horoscopes.
I was hoping we would skip it. Okay.
It's Cancer, Leo, Virgo day.
Great.
Let's do it, Clay. The music is, I love how the music is so much nicer.
Jovial, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
it
last,
makes perfect sense.
the last happy moment we have.
Cancer. The crab's shell isn't just for protection. It's your personal isolation chamber. Is cancer a crab?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. Crabby.
Today, wallow in your feelings alone. Because sharing is too risky. Okay.
Okay. That's
Leo. Today, the sun revolves around you, reminding everyone else that they are mere satellites in your orbit.
wow.
Doomed to freeze in your cold, narcissistic shadow. Virgo. Perfection is a distant dream, and today proves it more than ever. Every detail you fix unravels two more. It's a tapestry of failure.
Wow. That doesn't sound good.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Not good. But I'll tell you something that sounds really good.
Okay.
Randy Hauser joins for an unforgettable evening for Concerts for a Cause at Tringali Barn. This is happening May 25th, and we've got our local celebrity that's going to be there. Davis Luce Music is going to be featured.
Oh, I thought you were going to say yourself.
Well, you know, they don't like flat and off key at these kind of things. Yeah.
That makes a difference at a music thing.
Right. Mackenzie Carpenter will also be on stage May 25th. Hey, they've got tickets, general admission and limited VIP 8-person pods remain, so don't wait. I'll put link in comments, but this is going for a great cause. It's going for Rethreaded. We've interviewed them, Kristen Keene, a couple times. Very, very cool. Again, Saturday, May 25th. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. I think Spencer will be out there slinging some BBQ, so that'll be all good.
Okay. Anything Spencer's at.
I know, right?
I'm there for.
Yes.
Speaking of, he won People's Choice at
He won People's
Taste of St. Augustine over the weekend.
How cool he gets one of those fancy bowl things you can eat
Yeah.
pasta out of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do with that. That's cool. That's a cool, like, trophy. You know what I mean?
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever done one of these like Soul Connection Sundays with like a sound bath or a guided breath meditation series?
I have not, but I've been invited to one, and I really should do that.
They're actually really super cool. So Soul Connection Sundays are happening on Sundays, 11:30 to 1 p.m. This is Zen, Vita, Alchemy, and Sound Baths. Very, very cool. It's happening on A1A South. Over on the island. So yeah, check that out. Put link in comments. But yeah, if you haven't done some sort of like meditation or guided meditation, it's a really nice, refreshing, and energizing moment. They do some breath work too. So yeah, this is something super cool to check out if you're into the soulful connections there.
Cool.
Hey, Bozard Ford and the Classic Car Museum are teaming up for May the 4th Be With You car show.
Oh.
Yeah, another thing happening on May 4th. I got a lot of things happening on May 4th, so I'm trying to space it out this week. But from 9 to 2 p.m., this is happening over, the location is Bozard Ford Lincoln. That's awesome.
Oh, great.
So yeah, check this out. I'll put link in comments. $20 for pre-registration, $25 for day of show. For more information, contact our buddy Sydney Hobbs, 904-806-4625.
All right. Very good. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's a perfect
Anything,
team
you know,
right
those
there.
two getting together. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure. Hey, anything they do at Panache is pretty awesome.
It is.
Including big congratulations to Michelle, the team down there at Panache, Christy, everybody just put on a great show. Davey, yourself, put on a great show out there.
Award-winning.
Award-winning. You guys have awards coming to you.
I got to tell you, we raised we don't have the final numbers yet. We're real close, but some serious money for Matanzas Riverkeeper that
That's
night.
exciting.
Literally, we were only supposed to raise an additional $2,000 on stage. We may have like quadrupled that number.
That's
like
awesome.
really awesome. Yeah.
That's going to go a lot into helping our local ecosystem through our Matanzas River.
We
So
want
that's
them
awesome.
on the front lines, not fundraising. We got that. We can do that for them. So that's what we looked at it. Yeah, it was awesome.
And that's not the only thing they do at Panache to be a eco-friendly business. They take a lot of pride in, sharing Aveda's mission of quality products, treatments, guest care, and eco-friendly and eco-ethical practices.
Yeah.
So they just go above and beyond out there, and they're a great team. You're going to really enjoy your experience. You're going to walk out feeling like a new person, a better person.
Yeah.
Go to getpanache.com and see what they can do for you.
And the United Way, join the fun, be a star with the United Way no matter where you are. When the United Way of St. John's opened in 1957, it was known as the Community Chest. Well, that was the year they raised about $48,000. Well, the United Way has changed quite a bit. Today, with a total impact of over $3 million annually, they still continue to fight for the areas of health, education, and financial stability for every person in our community. They need you, they need your time, your passion, and anything that you believe in our community, they'll make it happen. So go to unitedway-sjc.org. We'll talk to Mark a little bit later this week. I'm excited to get all the latest and greatest and all the good stuff.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
All right, we've got the funniest cooking accidents and fails today.
Okay.
All right. So this first one, this lady was making a salad, then a light bulb fell off from her shelf and shattered perfectly into the bowl. She literally just got permission from God to order a pizza.
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
It's like, don't bother.
You can't take any chances.
It's
with
iceberg. That's going to do nothing for you anyway. Yeah. Next up, this lady's fiance accidentally left a pot of simple syrup on the stove to burn, and instead he made an asteroid.
Oh, that looks
horrible,
better
right?
than what I make at home.
Yep. Oh, this person's mixer took its own life. Oh, so sad.
But the dog's happy about it.
That mixer's heavy, too.
Yeah.
Next up, I forgot to put water on this Easy Mac moment and then stepped away to change the laundry for 3 minutes. That looks terrible, right?
Awful. Yeah.
Whew. Next up, do you think this person's lunch is done? Like, what were you doing?
Wow.
Gosh, what is going on with these
that
people?
really looks like my stove. Is that mine? That could be mine.
Next up, this person's cooking spaghetti squash. It exploded. What happened here?
Couldn't even tell you. Too much gas in that recipe.
Definitely. Next up, croissant on fire. Man down. Next up, try to boil some eggs. It looks like Spider-Man or something.
I would have thought that was a hubcap.
Right?
Yeah, it looks like a rim of a car.
Next up, this is how crooked this house is. It's on a slant. Yeah.
Sure.
Next up, well, today this person found out the bottom of the blender is detachable.
Oh,
messy.
That's frustrating to me just looking at it.
Start over.
Yeah. All right, good stuff, man. Great show today. Thank you for putting that together. Thank you, Clay, for pressing all the buttons. And thank you guys out there for watching. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.